All right, let's keep it going here. Next game on the board we'll get to is going to be a 10:05 Eastern start time. The LA/Anaheim Angels, they are in West Sacramento to take on the A's. A's are going to be starting Gunnar Hoglund for themselves, and I should say Kyle Hendricks for the Angels. A's are a minus 155 home favorite here, plus 140 on the money line for the LA Angels. Total set at 10 in this game here, Griffin.
So Hoglund's a pretty big prospect for the A's. I'm not sure necessarily how polished he is, and I feel like it's a name I hadn't really heard a lot before this season. But did close a slight underdog to Seattle a couple of starts ago. Different story here as a big favorite at home, and the Athletics offense has been really good. You could argue some of that's from the park, and switching parks from like the worst offensive one to one that seems to be pro offense. Good for them, or at least from their hitters. The big question for me is, can Hoagland handle this type of price, which is hard for me to believe. And the question though is, do you want to back Kyle Hendricks? So I think we could see runs here. The total at 10's high, but I feel like we're going to start seeing course field totals in West Sacramento, like 11s. I mean, I remember we've seen 13s and such in Colorado before, maybe even 14 and a half, or maybe that was a Wrigley total actually with the wind blowing out. That might be a different one in my memory, haunting me from years ago. But I think at this point, too big of a price, so I'm not considering the Athletics at all. It's do you believe Kyle Hendricks potentially trick an Athletics team that's got a lot of power, but we've seen him have good success with teams like that before. So I'd look to the Angels and probably look more towards a lot of runs being scored, seeing over 10.
Yeah, runs would be the look here for me. Kyle Hendricks, you're going to get that stat line from about 5-6 innings. He's going to give about three earned runs, four strikeouts, a couple walks. That's
I think
just who
I'd
he
take
is
that.
now.
If I was
Oh
backing
yeah,
the Angels, I think five, any sort of outing where Kyle Hendricks gives up only 3 runs, I think they're very much in that game. And plus 140 right now looks pretty nice if that's what you're telling me he's going to do.
yeah. So yeah, runs in this game here, Griffin. The question now becomes is when do we or I haven't even looked, but correct me if I'm wrong. When does Mike Trout return?
I mean, I we just know it's coming every year, and every single season. I swear, everyone in the fantasy baseball community is like, "This is the year. I'm gonna wait on Mike Trout. I'm gonna get him. He's gonna play like 145 games." And I'm like, "You're all high. Like whatever smoking opioids my friend told me about earlier. That's what the whole community's been doing. I think." Um, I actually, and please don't slide my DMs at the real Discord. You weren't telling me how to smoke opioids. I don't really want to know. And if you know how, that's probably dangerous. I'm glad you're still with us to still send a DM. But yeah, there's enough opioid talk, I think, of the day. But there we go.
All right, we'll leave it at that then.